Hello everyone, I'm Colin Canet, and today I'm back revisiting a video I did not long ago when we tested zero clearance throat plates. So stick around and let me tell you what we're going to do. So a few videos ago, I wanted to see if a zero clearance throat plate made any difference in the tear out of wood. And I used double-sided melamine because we can see it. It's really easy to see. Now that's all I tested. I wasn't testing blades. I wasn't testing different kinds of woods. I was just testing to see if zero clearance reduced tear out. And quite clearly, and I'll show you, I'll put a picture of this up with a little bit better view of this. Quite clearly, when you look at the evidence of what I did with my blades, is the only thing that made a difference was the blade. The zero clearance or non-zero clearance didn't make any difference. But today, I'm going to revisit that because some people wondered, well, okay, it works like that on melamine, but does it really work like that on natural wood and plywood, for example? Well, I don't think there's any difference from melamine to natural wood, but I don't really know. So you know what? We're going to test that today. Now, I'm not going to show you all the tests because honestly, this is just a sample. This is just the ripping test with all the different woods that I've got. I've only got 3 different woods, but there's so many steps. So I'm going to show you a quick review of what I do, and I'll speed it up. But when I come back and when I'm talking next, I'm going to be showing you some of the results that we got. So before I get started doing this video, let me be clear on one thing. All we're testing here today is whether a zero clearance throat plate gives you less tear out than a standard throat plate that would come with your table saw. And we're going to do that with natural wood, a hardwood, a softwood, and a plywood. And I'm going to be doing it, I'm going to be ripping, and I'm going to be cross-cutting, so doing everything. And you'll notice that the wood that I'm using has got red on top. That's because this is always going to be the top of the wood when I'm cutting it. And I'm not going to videotape any of this because it's just too long and tedious, as you can see from my long list here. And that's just ripping. The same thing I have to do for cross-cutting. So I'll be running through all of the wood, and we'll always know that the red is on top. And the reason that the red is on top is the blade is driving into the wood, so we always know the top is going to be nice, clean cut. It's the underneath that we're looking at, the tear out from underneath, and we want to know if these make any difference to the tear out, and that's all this is about. Okay, let's have a look at our results. And the first one that I did, this is ripping, and this was the oak, and this is the top. So we're really interested in the back, which is where the tear out will occur. And to help see this a little bit better, with all of these, I've marked where with the blue is where I use the non-zero clearance throat plate, and the green is where I used a zero clearance throat plate, so you can see all the way down. And I started with the best blade at the top and the poorest blade at the bottom. And when you look through, let's put a little bit of weight on there. And you can actually see that with all of these blades, there's very little tear out. You can see the quality of the blade down here, just not up to some of the other blades there, but there's virtually no tear out in any of these. The second test I did was the pine, and exactly the same, going from best blade down to poorest blade, and we want to flip it around, and again, the green, or the blue rather, is a non-zero clearance, green is a zero clearance, and when we put a little bit of weight on there, you can see, and again, there's very little, down there, very little tear out in any of these for ripping. You can see a little bit of movement there, maybe a little bit of wood movement in there because it is pine, but all in all, they all perform quite well. And the last one that I did was the plywood, and again, best blade to poorest, and that's the front. Here's the back, and you can tell that because I've got the colors on there, put a little bit of weight on there, and I'm surprised actually how well a ripping blade. I wouldn't normally use a ripping blade on plywood. Normally I would use a crosscut blade for everything, but it performed fairly well, and there is a little bit of tear out, but you know what? You basically cannot tell. For example, this and this, the first blue and the first green is a pair. That's the same blade, and you can't see any difference literally in those cuts between those throat plates. For example, this blue one and that green one, there's another pair, and again, there's literally no difference between those throat plates. Okay, let's look at the cross cutting, and there's the front. Again, best blade to poorest blade, and it's the back that we're looking at because that's where the tear out will be. And we'll put a tiny bit of weight on the top, and we can see all the way down that there is very little tear out until we get down to the poorer blade near the bottom, and I don't know if you can see, there's a little bit of tear out there, but again, there's the non-zero clearance and there's the zero clearance. There's no difference in the tear out. Those are both equal in terms of what tear out was created. Okay, and this is the pine cross cutting. Same exact test as the oak. Let's turn it around, and we can look here and see, put a little bit of weight on the top, and we can see all the way down, not very much tear out in any of these. There's a few anomalies here, and this pine was actually glued. You can see the glue line there, and actually another one there. So I don't know if these little things made any difference to that, but in terms of tear out, which is really what we're looking at here, again, the poorer blade here, a little bit of tear out, but again, literally no difference between the non-zero and the zero clearance in any of these. Okay, and let's look at the last test, which is the plywood. And again, it's the same test as the oak and the pine. And this is the side we're interested in, so we flip that around and put a tiny bit of weight on the top. And you can see the very top, those very top cuts, there is no tear out there. That's a top quality blade. And as we move down, when we finally get down to the poorest quality blade, there's the non-zero clearance and the zero clearance, and you can see there's tear out in both of those, and pretty equal tear out. There really is no difference there. But what's interesting is if a zero clearance really did work, you should probably be getting cuts like this, when in fact you're not. You're getting very poor quality cuts. Zero clearance really not making any difference there. Well, that concludes my video for today and my long, tedious test. And the question I was asking, does a zero clearance throat plate give you cleaner, better quality cuts than a non-zero clearance throat plate? And the answer, same answer as we got when I did the double-sided melamine, no, the throat plate doesn't make a difference. You get the same results. What does make a difference is a better quality blade gives you a better quality cut, and it doesn't matter what the throat plate is, and I've proved that again today with all of these cuts. Now, that doesn't mean that zero clearance throat plates, that you shouldn't be making them. There's reasons to have them thin cuts so that you don't get something between the blade and the insert. Or when you're making dado cuts, you need to make them because that's a safer way to be running wood through. So there's reasons to have zero clearance throat plates, but if you're making them under the impression that you're getting better quality cuts, you might be disappointed. But the best way to find that out is to check with your own wood, your own blades, in your own setup, because who knows, it might be making a difference with what you're doing, but you need to check that out with your own equipment. I'm Colin Cadet for Woodwork Web. Thanks for watching.